Flosstube friends, it's time for another episode. I should say possibly the shortest episode. Hello everybody, and welcome back for another fun Friday Flosstube weekly update with me. I am Annie Joy-Filled Stitcher, both here on YouTube and over on Instagram. How's everybody doing? We've made it to another Friday. It's Friday, yay, it's Friday. And I have made it through my first week back at work. I'm not teaching yet, but I am back at work. So, what do we have in store for this Flosstube video? So Flosstube, for those of you that this might be the first Flosstube you've ever watched, this is not a good indication of the amazing content that is out there, because this is going to be one of possibly my shortest videos ever, because I just don't have a ton of stitching to show. And I showed like all the stitching last week. So, yeah, this is Flosstube number 118. Flosstubes are kind of a very cool idea that a select group of YouTubers decided to call their videos about cross-stitch Flosstube, because we work with floss. So, I jumped on this bandwagon 2 years ago, May, and so I am within my third year on Flosstube. Is that right? Yeah. And this is episode number 118, and it's Friday, August the 20th. And yeah, so welcome back to another video to those of you who are returning. If you are brand new here, maybe last week's video, which was my mid-year whip parade, was the first video of mine you've watched. Welcome to you. I am so appreciative to each person that takes time to watch part or all of my videos. It really does mean the world to me. This community is such a big part of my life. And I was reminded of that with so many fantastically positive, amazing comments on last week's video. I really enjoyed pulling out all of my projects. Some of you even mentioned that I seem to be really excited about so many of them. I really am. Excuse me. I don't know who that is. I am really excited to pull out a lot more of my projects. So yeah, we'll get into kind of the stitching and all of that, but thank you so much for all of your kindness and just everything on last week's video. Thank you also to those of you who have been commenting on my common threaded stitcher posts that I've been doing on Instagram. I have fallen off the wagon. I was doing so well through the weekend. I mean, I say I was doing well. I had caught back up within a couple of days, and then I was good through the weekend, and then once Monday hit and I was back at work, that just didn't happen. It just wasn't happening. So I'm going to try to see if I can get caught back up, or I may consider my current contribution what I am able to do, my capacity for this year. So with that being said, on this channel, I love to give hugs, and we do virtual hugs. So we're going to do our virtual hugs first thing after the introductions. So we're going to come one on this side, one on this side, and then I'm going to ask you to hug yourself and just show yourself a little love today. So here we go. We're going to come in for our hug on this side first. So come on in. Let's get our hug. And then we're going to get our hug on this side. And then we're going to hug ourselves. And see all 87 of my trends. Anywho, so this Monday, I started back to work. We are 2 weeks later than usual. I'm an elementary school teacher. This year I have taken on, I consider it a pretty awesome, incredible job opportunity at my school. I'm going to be the K through 6 technology teacher. So I will teach every student K through 6 technology once a week. So yes, I'm very excited about that. We start school officially on the 30th. This week we have been doing a lot of teachers training. We've had some time to do things in our rooms, things of that nature. Today I decided, happy lunch. If this is your lunchtime, it is currently my lunchtime. I came home because I drove the loud rumbly Mustang to work this morning for my husband. He asked if I could get it out of the garage and drive it, and I did, and I was ready to bring it home and get my cute little golf cart back. I drive an electric Mustang Mach-E. It's zippy, it's no frills, it's just, it's a dream to drive. That Mustang, his Mustang, is like work. It's like work to drive that thing. And it's loud and it's rumbly. And I was just like, I'm going to go home and put that car in the garage. I'll get my car. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and film my video. I'm going to film my video midday so that when I come home this evening, I can sit down and I can stitch. Because one thing that has been going on this week, early in the week, is I have been so tired by the time I get home. And granted, I'm getting home at like 4:30. That's not the problem. It's that my brain is so toast. It is toasted by that part of the day that I just have not, I've just been like zoning out. I've played a little Animal Crossing. I've scrolled way too much on my phone. And so the last couple of nights, I've tried to make it a point to put a few stitches into a project. So, and then last weekend, I worked some on a project. I did get a finish and an FFO. Here's the problem is I gifted that FFO. So I have pictures of it, but I don't have it in person. So I worked on that all weekend to get it finished and FFO'd. And then come Monday, like no stitching happened. Tuesday, no stitching happened. Wednesday, the tiniest bit of stitching happened. But I mean, I've been falling asleep like at 8:30 at night and sleeping like a rock. And then yesterday got home. I had to leave work a little bit early to take Joyful Little One to the dentist for her 6-month, checkup. Preventative care. No cavities. Yay. And, I feel like that's a prize for moms too. Anybody else feel like that? When your kid goes to the dentist and doesn't have any cavities, it's like, yes, I did something right. My kid has no cavities. Whoop, whoop. Do I get it? Do I get a treat? Do I get a prize? No, she gets a prize? Who do you think helped her keep her teeth clean? Kept her out of the candy jar? Yeah, no prize for me? Okay, just a bill? All right, good. Actually, I didn't have to pay anything yesterday because it was preventative care. I was like, yes. So it was win-win. Win-win all around. But when we came home, I just kind of got in my comfy clothes and I popped myself in my favorite spot on the love seat, leaned back and was playing some Animal Crossing, and then I fell asleep for about an hour. And I was like, okay, I needed that. And then, so it was probably 5:30 when I woke up and, needed to take care of some dinner for a hungry child and myself. And then after that, I did stitch a bit until bedtime. Bedtime routine in our house starts at 7:30. Little one's in bed at 8. I was stitching a bit. And then I started to drift myself and was asleep. Like crashed out. So much so that when my husband was working on making sure the car was ready to drive this morning and started it up 3 times, it is so loud, like that apparently it set off my car alarm 3 times because mine has an inclination alarm. And I guess the vibrations made it feel like it was inclining the car. I don't know, but I didn't hear it. That's actually a little scary to me that I was that asleep. So yeah. There's that. But I'm excited to be here with y'all during part of my lunch. I'm going to show you my fully finished via a picture. I'm going to show you what I stitched on. I'm going to show you what little bit of stash I got this week. And then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about plans. But yeah, I've been super pumped to be back, see my coworkers. The little one has been hanging out with Grandma and Grandpa this week, and she has been having a blast. I think she's maybe been missing me a little bit, and so we've been having some side-by-side cuddle time in the evening. We're currently reading through together. I never really talk about what we read, but I read to her every night for 30 minutes, and we've been working our way through the Little House on the Prairie series. We are currently a little over halfway through By the Shores of Silver Lake. We've smattered some other books in throughout that series, but that's where we are right now, and we both really enjoy it. Such a fantastically written. It's a great book to read to children and discuss about how detailed it is, because it really does give you just those mental pictures of it. So the project that I finished lived in this Love You More Studio Co sleeve. I think it's so cute with the little bunnies. And it was Silver Creek Samplers Johnny Appleseed. And this is a super cute chart. There's a story behind stitching this. I stitched this for my daughter's 2nd grade teacher. She is about to start 4th grade this year. I adore that teacher, and she has a story behind the song, "The Lord is good to me, and so I thank the Lord for giving me all the things I need, the sun and the rain and the apple seed. The Lord is good to me." And every day before lunch, they would sing that song together as part of their lunchtime prayer. I do teach at a Christian school, so prayer is very much a part of every day at school. And it became kind of a tradition in our home, and it just meant so much. And then hearing the story from her teacher about how it started and what it meant to her, I just knew when I saw that chart I had to stitch it for her. So I did. So let me show you it finished. So I'll show you I'll show you the actual, here is the finished stitching. So I stitched this on 18 count Aida from Color and Cotton in the color, I believe it's Colonnade, which is kind of a light blue. I stitched it in some, I brightened up the colors a bit. So I had some Color and Cottons in there, some Victoria mottos. I absolutely adore stitching all of Silver Creek Samplers stitches because of their lettering. The only picture I have of this fully finished has my daughter in it, so I am cropping her out. But I finished it on a hornbook. I purchased this hornbook from a seller on Etsy, and I think that they are no longer making them. I think that's what you call that, kind of the paddle, the small paddle. And then I mounted it on a piece of mat board. I used one single layer of batting, and then I've got some of the cotton lace trim, and I did not do the very best job that I could, from Lady Dot Creates in, what color is that? I want to say it's Red Wagon. I think it might be Red Wagon. And I just trimmed that around. And then this is some cute light blue and white gingham ribbon with the little baubles on the edge that I purchased at, I want to say like Joann's or somewhere like that. It was in a clearance section, so like probably couldn't find it again. I really enjoyed this stitch a lot. I stitched in just my initials in the bottom corner right there, AV, and called it done. And she cried. She loved it. It made my heart so happy to give it to her. I truly love gifting things. And somebody had asked in one of my previous videos, what do I do with all of my cross stitches? I do stitch things specifically to gift to people. So I had started in the last few years, I've been stitching something for my mom every Christmas. I started two Christmases ago with the Noah's Christmas Ark charts from Plum Street Samplers. I've been doing 2 of those. But that tradition of giving them to my mom something at Christmas started back when I started cross stitching when I was a teenager, and I stitched her a Christmas themed stitch and turned it into a pillow, and she still has all of them, and they need to be remade into different pillows because my pillow making skills are still not great, and they were awful then. But she of course is a loving mother who says they're perfect, they're exactly, you know, they're just amazing. I typically will find things that just make me think of my daughter, and I stitch things. I've stitched a couple things for my husband. I've now started stitching Nutcracker charts for my brother and cat charts for my sister-in-law because I want to have an outlet to stitch for. But a lot of the things I stitch because I love the chart and I love working on them. And when they're finished, if it's not something that I'm gifting to someone or I want immediately displayed, i.e. some of these that I wanted immediately displayed because they're just the things I want up on my wall or whatever. It isn't that I don't love things that other things I've stitched. I also have like some ideas in my mind. I want to do a wall hanging with all of the things that have joy on them. So that's going to take some time. So in my drawers, I have a IKEA wide drawer unit, Alex drawer unit. And each of the drawers has different counts of cross stitch fabric. But the top drawer has all of my finished items that are not fully finished. So that's kind of the long and short answer of what do I do with stuff when I finish it. I do not sell it. I think that was part of the question was, do you sell it? No, I do not sell my cross stitch because the fact of the matter is, to me, cross stitch is something that it meant something to me while I was stitching it. I may not be giving it to someone right by rush now, but there may come a day where I'm like, you know what? That really suits this person in my life. Let me finish it and give it to them. Also, let's just be honest, in terms of handmade items, the value in it is, to me, much more sentimental, and I couldn't put a monetary value on that. Anyway, long story short. So, the other thing I've been working on, briefly, the briefest of briefs, is 12 Days of Christmas at Summa Street. Y'all have seen this a ton. I love this. This is really, I gravitate a lot towards this type of chart when I'm kind of in this brain discombobulated fogginess. Like, there's just so much going on because it's bright colors. It's easy to count. It's on Ada. It's just straightforward. It's fun. The colors are just so fun. And the design is great. I love everything at Summa Street. I purchased this off of her Etsy shop. I think you can get it in a printed form, but I stitch off of my iPad. So if I can get it in PDF, I buy it in PDF. A lot of things I buy in hard copy if I think that I'm going to want to pass it on to another stitcher, because I don't pass on my PDFs. So I have so far stitched 1, 2, 3, and 4. I worked a bit on 5, and I finished up the border for 6. So I will show you. Here's my finished border for number 6. This is on 18 count white Ada. I just chose to go super simple with the fabric because the design is so spectacular. And this is for number 5. So I'm getting really close to finishing this. I have 2 colors of red left to stitch. So there's one red that is featured here in these little center medallions and in the flowers down here. And then there's a red that's for the number 5. That's all I have left to do on this one. And then I'll go ahead and start really stitching on number 6. So yeah, that's all I stitched on this week. I do hope that I have more next week, but so many of y'all have been so kind to say, come and chat with us, even if you have nothing to show. And so I'm going to take you up on that offer. In terms of plans, I probably will continue to work on that. I may even pull out my other Satsuma Street, which is my Libra one. I might pull that out. That one's really fun to stitch. I've been thinking about some of the ones that I wanted to do some fabric changes or things like that. I might restart some things. I have no other projects with birthdays in the month of August, so it might be good if I'm thinking of restarting anything to go ahead and do that now, because come September, October, those months are full of projects. So let's put it this way. If you like to see lots of projects in updates, September and October will be a great time to watch because I have lots of things to show. Yeah, so I'm hopeful just to remember how calming my stitching is to me. And I'm going to obviously pick projects that are very straightforward. I have lots of things in my bucket that I could, my little tote. I could work on flea market flowers. I need to get some more days in on that for Whip Go. And it's pretty, it's a great relaxing stitch. I could work on Christmas Tree of Magic from Barbara Anna. I could work on my mythical creatures, Quirky Quakers. I could work on Stitchy Stars. So I've got lots of options to work on. I could pull something off my shelf just randomly. But I would, I think, like to get some more time in my Whip Goes before the month is over. Because I have the feeling that I've got some big projects with lots of days still left to be drawn. So yeah, plans are not anything really finite. I was doing Semi-Sane Stitchers Uno. I realized very early on that that just was not going to happen for me this month. And was I kind of bummed for a minute? Yes, but it's okay. I am trying to be more realistic with myself. And realistically right now, in the evenings, I've had to do some other kind of work stuff. I've had to be doing some designing on my computer or cutting and laminating things and then cutting out the laminating. You know, those kinds of things. Working on lesson plans. Those are things that I'm having to kind of put into my mind. And this week also our schedule has not been super consistent. We've been lunches at this time. No lunches at this time today. I've been coming home a couple of days, or we've had a little luncheon during lunch. So there's been absolutely no lunchtime stitching, which I do really enjoy that. So we will see if that's something that happens. I don't know. We'll see. But here we are at some of your favorite part, which has not been very heavy. My bucket's not been very full. And that's okay. That is just what it is, and that is life. But it is joy-filled stashy stash time. So let's get into some joy-filled stashy stash time. It's joy-filled stashy stash time. And I have 2 things to share with you that I purchased. These are not clubs. So I have been wanting to get a bag from Stitch In Button. That's Vicky. She sells them out of her Facebook group, and it seems that I am always incredibly slow and not able to get one. Well, I was super pumped when I saw she posted some, and there was one that I just loved, and it was still available. So she does vinyl front project bags. This is a little on the smaller side, which I like. I don't like them to be super huge. And so I purchased some extra little doodads too. She sent some little stickers, which was so cute. She sent me a project information card that you can put in the bag. Her card, and then this is the back, and I thought this was so cute. I love birds, and I love that these birds look like they're wearing like Fair Isle sweaters. So cute. So we've got that, and then she always makes these super cute, kind of detailed, very detailed, and also kind of coincide with the theme of the bag, zipper pulls. So this one has some red and kind of almost iridescent white beads, and then a feather shape, or a leaf feather shape. And so I love this bag. I'm excited to put a project in it. I also purchased, and I truly think, some thread jewelry. These are thread drops, but I am thinking I might end up giving one of these to the little one to put on her backpack. She loves keychains, and this one just, I had to have. It is Leia. It's Lego Leia, and it's like a rubbery keychain, but it's on one of the really nice cable floss rings. And then of course we've got some awesome, a little red gem, and then we've got a shooting star. So this might go to her. It might not. I might keep it. We'll see. But I did get one other one because I was like, if I'm ordering a bag, I don't want it to travel by itself. And I liked these, and I thought they were so cute. I got one that's R2-D2. We're kind of in a Star Wars kick in our house right now. And so here is a R2-D2 one, again, on the cool, like, cabled ring. And then we've got a shooting star. And this one has a little blue, won't show, little blue crystal. So I was excited to get this in the mail. It came super fast. So you can check out her Facebook group. I believe it is, I will verify this right now, but I believe it's Stitch In Button. I don't think it has anything else. Let me look. I'm sorry, I have an itchy nose. I've been wearing my mask all day. So I've noticed that it's like, I get like a little fibrousness from the inside of my mask, and it makes my nose twitter. It is Stitch In Button, and it's a group, and it's on Facebook. And if you go join, she will post bags, and you can turn on post notifications to find out when, or just it might happen to pop up in your feed. So yeah, I purchased from Forbidden Fiber Co. some flosses to go along with one of her charts, and then a chart that I have. So I actually purchased her chart, and in the PDF form, and then I bought the fibers to go along with it, and then I purchased, I'm searching it so I can show you the chart, and then I purchased some flosses to go along with, it's a conversion that Leanne did to go along with a chart that I just received. So here we go. Let me show you this. It's called the Raining Loreleis. So it is a Gilmore Girls themed stitch. And it's all charted and stitched in Leanne's beautiful fibers. So it says in Omnia Paratus at the top with the umbrella, Stars Hollow, Dragonfly Inn, Oil with the Poodles already, and then it has the coffee cup in the center. These are both Gilmore Girls themed. So I went ahead and bought, I do have some of these flosses in my collection because they've come with my monthly sub, but I went ahead and just bought the floss pack because why not? So we have in Omnia Paratus, Monkey Monkey Underpants, Coffee Coffee Coffee, and then it has 2 of I'm All In. So I've got the flosses to stitch that one. No dates as to when. And then in the Stars Hollow, or no, Autumn and Stars Hollow box from Black Needle Society, it comes with a new pattern designed by, I'm sorry, I'm out of breath for a moment. Designed by Katie of Black Needle Society. But it's charted in Weeks Dye Works. Leanne came out with a conversion to Forbidden Fiber. So you can find this on our website. I think there were a few left in stock, and I'm sure she will restock if she sells out. So it has cinnamon, dark cherry, collegiate, I'm all in, silver bells, julep, and Olympic. So those are the colors that are going to be used in that chart. And so I went ahead and bought that because I don't like stitching with the Weeks Dye Works. So might as well stitch with something I love stitching with. So highly recommend. Her floss packs are very reasonably priced. Ships super quick. So I think I bought this past weekend and I had it like midweek. It's been in my bucket. Like it didn't just arrive today. So highly recommend Forbidden Fiber Co. for flosses and charts. She's designing fantastic things as well. So I'm hopeful, Leanne, usually you sometimes watch my videos, if you make floss packs for the other Stars Hollow charts, I will buy them. So yay! I'm just putting it out there in the universe. Please make them. Okay, awesome. So anyway, that's really all I have left to show in terms of crafty content and life update. This actually is going to be a regular length video for me, at least the shorter regular length video. The last thing I do is I share an angel kindness card. If that is not something that you care to hear today, I totally get that. And I will see you next week. But if you're here to stick around and hear the angel kindness card, awesome. So these are Theresa Kogits angel kindness cards. I purchased them from her Etsy shop, but I know that like Kitten Stitcher at one time sold them. They're awesome cards with her angel art on them. There's 52 of them. I've shared all 52, but now we are starting over due to popular demand. So this is the one, I just picked one randomly today, and I love this one. And on the front it says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23. So it is a beautiful scripture on there. If that is not something you're interested in hearing as the scripture, I do think that the angel is gorgeous. It shows, you know, her guarding her heart. I love this one. And then on the back it says, when you love yourself, it's easy to love others. And that's just true no matter what you believe, no matter what your core beliefs are. When you are in love with yourself, or you love yourself, it is much easier to be kind and loving to others. So just a beautiful sentiment today. I am going to be heading back to work here in a minute and getting some stuff done. Class lists go out today, so I will get to find out who Joyful Little One's teacher is. I'm really excited about that. I do not pull any rank on that. I just say I know that she's going to be placed well. Plus, I love all my coworkers, so why would I pick and choose? But anyway, all that being said, I hope you have a great week ahead. I hope your weekend maybe is full with lots of X's, or knitting, or crocheting, or whatever your current crafty passion is. And mine will be filled with hopefully some of that, also some rest. And I have qualified here in the state of Texas to go ahead and get my 3rd dose of the C19 vaccine. If that is not something you're interested in, I am getting mine on Saturday. I am just under 8 months out, plus I have some immunocompromised situations. And with the school year starting up, I am going to get my 3rd dose, my booster. So, with that being said, hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead, a wonderful week ahead until we see each other next Friday. And I will say, /sing, so long, stitch well, I'll see you soon, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye, and I'll see you next Friday.